Hello, Valencia. Valentina. I'm calling you Valencia for some reason. I don't know why. I'm doing pretty well. How about yourself? Hi, Emily. My internet is everywhere. What's going on? So, Valentina, what is your update? I think I remember you might have been asking. A really weird one. But maybe he might be saying that he still loves you and everything, but he probably needs to figure things out. You don't know how he's feeling. He told you that he misses you. He wished that I'm okay. Um, with this Ace of Cups in reverse, the Hierophant. So I believe he's telling the truth in terms of what that email is. I think the jokes were kind of like trying to kind of, when I say indecisiveness, probably just like he just actually doesn't know how you feel, as a matter of fact. Have you really talked to him at all in regards to your feelings and what's going on? Because I think he needs to know. And I think you need to tell him too. It seems here that you need to tell him how you feel. To be upfront, but you also need to be, um, you also, but I answer a really short response. um, so I think that you should really be upfront with your feelings. I feel that, let's fix this camera here for a second. I feel that you need to, what you're going through in terms of your feelings, but you need to be very, not like he's gonna break up with you, but he's gonna take it maybe a little bit offensively, I think, and probably try to tell you like you need to calm your ass down. Like he's gonna talk to you like that. You don't want him to talk to you like that, or else it's gonna make things worse. So, um, yeah, I think that you should just gently talk to him a little bit about it. It's good that you responded to him, but I think you're kind of, I think is probably a little bit about the quarantine part. I think that we didn't get much of. Oh, I think I know why my streams. This also needs to be paused. My stream is acting really weird right now. There we go. That might be better. So yeah, past life. I haven't done a past life before, but someone has taught me how to do a past life, and so I'll give it a shot. Um, let's see here. I forgot how it goes. Give me 1 second. Let me just double check my notes here real quick. Okay, I think I could. My colleague Mermaid actually did a past life reading once, and I'm gonna mimic what she has to say. This is probably the first time I'm doing this, so I'm not 100%, but we can give it a go, and I'll definitely use my intuition. And I'll what I'll do is I'll save the video and I'll show her at the end. Hello, Lulu. Get you on the list, Miss Lulu. All right. Let's see here. So Latoya is going to be my mod. She's going to get a private reading later on. So we'll go ahead and skip over to Emily. Emily, are you still with me here? And then it'll follow by Bakanawa and then Lulu. I think you should give him a chance. We earlier, Mermaid and I have both said there's no deceit. I think you need to talk to him first before you start coming up to some rash decisions. That's the best thing to do first. You need to let him know your feelings. If not, then you're going to. I think you're going to cause something that you didn't want in the first place, and that's what you want to. That's what you want to avoid. So communication is really key here. You need to talk to him. Hi, Emily. I believe, let's see here, if I can remember correctly. Um, what were you left confused about? Can you remind me what it was about? To know, how does Monty feel towards me? Is this a long-lasting, strong relation? I think, let's see here. Well, I got a Four of Wands here. I got some cards popping out here for you. Well, I'm seeing some good things here. Um, Hello, Lady Griffin. Yellow. Um, I'm feeling strong connection here. Um, I don't think you guys are really talking a whole lot, but I think that something's gonna come around to where you guys will be talking again. Oop. I feel warmth. I feel genuine, like, generosity. Hi, May. Hello. Yeah, no pressure. I'd like to be on the list, but no pressure. Absolutely. Cat and Lady and Jaime. I'll get you all onto the list in just a second. Okay, we got Jaime. Actually, we got Lady first. Lady, Griffin, Cat, and Jaime. Interesting. Keeping the Justice card for some reason. So, I believe the connection between the two of you is pretty warm. However, though, that there needs to be, I think there's going to be like some new talk between the two of you. But as far as romance go, that's going to be kind of hard to tell. Um, yeah, new talk. Look at that. We got the Ace of Swords plus this Ten of Swords right here too. Like you guys have been you guys talked before, but I think something new is going to come up. Like this, like something new in terms of like um, a new kind of conversation, a new topic of some sort, and um, it could be, along the lines of a type of relationship between the two of you, but you have to give it some time. I feel that there needs to be some growth. There needs to be some balance between the two of you before you can actually get into some type of really deep connection. I do feel the connection's there. I do feel that there's like some warmth there, some compatibility. Um, and if this was to be like a long lasting, strong relationship, um, I would say yes. That this would actually be a long relationship. Actually, if you were to start getting into this relationship with him, things will actually kind of pick up on the pace. I believe that you will be doing a lot of physical activities with each other, like talking about travel and stuff like that. Like there's going to be a very big, huge honeymoon phase. Now, when I say honeymoon phase, like we all know what that means, right? Like the first year is going to be super sweet, but after that, the true colors kind of come out. So, um, I see that he will um, still stay true to the honeymoon phase if you guys were to really get into this relationship. I believe that he'll treat your feelings very well, but there will be some things that stands out in terms of his thought process, and I think that's probably where some, I won't say weirdness, but just like um, how can I say it? Just like maybe some disagreements in terms of how he thinks, like politics, for example. Like maybe you might disagree with him on certain things. So, to kind of answer your question, I feel that there are some feelings for you there. I believe the connection between the two of you is very warm. It's very strong. Um, However, though, you guys are going to come into this new kind of conversation. Like you guys talked, but it's probably not enough talking going on. And I think you guys, like, something's going to come up to where you guys will talk again, and then there's going to be like this compatibility where you guys will be able to talk, start kind of moving forward in the relationship or into a loving relationship. So, um, not exactly sure when that will happen. Probably maybe after the quarantine, perhaps. But um, okay, we got a lot of people coming up in here. So let's see here. We got Thomas and positive for life. All right. So I hope that kind of makes sense to you, Emily. I do apologize if it didn't make any sense to you before. Um, but I do, just kind of answer your questions because I think maybe we kind of overshot the question last time when you were talking to you. That maybe it's all about um, we were kind of maybe seeing in terms of like characteristics of the relationship, and now when I'm looking at this, I'm seeing in terms of the initial phase of the relationship and what needs to be done in order to actually have a strong relationship. Okay, so um, so I hope that kind of makes a little bit more sense in terms of what you need to do. Okay, and what to expect as far as the communication goes. Try not to do too much. Like once you guys start talking, okay, try not to put too much of your intuition. I think you try to connect a lot when you talk to people, but when you do talk to people, or at least when you talk to him, let the guard down a little bit. When I say guard, actually, let me rephrase that. Try to bring the intuition down a little bit to where you're trying to figure him out. Let it just kind of flow. Okay, and that's what I'm getting right here. When you do talk to him, I'm seeing try not to be the like the master talker between the two. When I say master talker, I'm talking about like try not to be the leader of the conversation, and also try not to figure him out as well. Just talk, okay? Because if you do, the spirit guides and the energies will bring the conversation naturally, and then things will actually go work out pretty well for you, I think. So I hope that makes a lot more sense now. Okay, blue skies. Hello. All right, so let me get this list going. We already got a full list going on here. All right, so next up we have is Bukanella. You're very welcome, Emily. Very, very welcome. It's my pleasure. Water! I need some right now. Good stuff. All right, the past life. Okay, let's have some fun with this. Okay, there's nothing wrong with past lives. The only part I probably have a problem with is like, oh, can you talk to my dead parents on the other side? Like that's probably something where I'll probably draw the line with because that's kind of nothing's it's nothing personal. It's just that I'm not tuned into that just yet. But let's do this here. So this is going to take a few minutes for me to set up here. First, let me shuffle this. I've always wanted somebody to ask me about their past life. Nope, we're ready to go. Ooh, that's an interesting question. Is the birthmark on my neck even connected in my past life? Five. Okay, so if I remember correctly, I have to separate the decks into 5 piles or 6 piles, and each one has 13 cards. And we're going to flip over these cards and we'll see what they say. The first thing that comes to my mind is lawyer. Reason why I say that because we have like 3 swords here. Where's my pointer at? I believe that you might have been a lawyer in the previous life. Um, and again, I have 3 swords here, and you were probably a very successful lawyer. Like you took on some cases that might have been really strong. You were very tough about what you said, and you've always taken initiative. Um, in terms of what you need to, to kind of prove your case worth. And then here we have that you were very successful in a lot of the cases. Although I think you might have had some issues with some, I don't know, probably made some enemies in the trade, uh, and plus maybe that um, your home life might not have been as compatible with you. However, though, you were really easy to get along. Like you had um, you had the like the spunk, that charisma that um, that you had during your speeches, perhaps. Let's see here. I'm just gonna take a stab at this, but your birthmark. Oh God, I just didn't even see that. Um, so I didn't read the entire message you said about your birthmark on being on your neck because I saw here the Ace of Pentacles, and I was gonna ask you, is your birthmark is around your head or neck? And uh, I think this is where it's actually starting here. And you believe me or not by saying that. I because I just saw something about birthmark and then connected in your past life because I was trying to count while I was reading your message, and then I saw after I thought about the idea that maybe she has a birthmark on her neck, and then you said, is the birthmark on my neck even connected in your past life? And I think that you were a mother at one point. I feel that you were a mother at one point, but it wasn't really happy. I think I don't know. Unfortunately, I feeling like a deep sadness on this one. I feel that maybe that you were a mother at one point and you might have had a miscarriage. Um, this miscarriage kind of changed your view of life to where you try to kind of be more positive, but this because of this miscarriage, it really kind of toppled your world, which is actually kind of interesting because you had I think the lawyer came first, and then afterwards, the mother came second. I'm not saying back to back, but it's just kind of like in that order of the timeline. Um, in terms of what that birthmark is about, um, I'm something is telling me like a reminder about like that maybe in this life right now, I think you kind of expect for the worst. Like we all do expect for the worst, but you in particular, like um, as soon as someone starts talking about something, it may sound a great idea. You without even you thinking about it, you immediately start thinking like, yeah, this is not going to work out. This is not going to work out. And I think that it's like a reminder of you being a realist, because we have the Pentacles here, right? And the Pentacles is about us being down to earth, right? Physical life, things like that. And I think the birthmark that like uh, there was no birthmark in terms of when you were a mother at the time during this miscarriage, but I feel that you sent the birthmark back with you to be, hey, I need to be more realistic, because yeah, having a baby, we all get planned for it. We all have our futures for this baby and stuff like that before it's born. We think that this baby is going to become like a doctor someday soon, but then all of a sudden it's like, the miscarriage happened, and now all of a sudden those dreams, are no longer coming true. They all got shattered. So the birthmark is almost like a sign of you, just being, hey, I need to be super real about my life. And as people starts telling you, hey, I think it would really be a good idea if we do, like for example, if we go to the store and buy this, and this, I think that we can really save some money. And you're going to be like, no, I don't think we should really do that, because we're really not saving any money anyway. Like you're probably like super, super, super real. Not try to be mean. It's just that you're looking at more of the realistic situation instead of pie in the sky dreams kind of thing. Um, so do one more here. I'm getting a lot of pentacles here, and I think you might have been a businessman at one point. You might deal with money very meticulously in this particular lifetime, but in this like in your current lifetime, but in this particular lifetime here, I'm getting the sense of wealth. um, However, though, this particular person I don't think was really kind to people, though. I think he kind of held grudges. He kind of broken partnerships in order to get the money, that the wealth that he wanted and stuff like that. Um, he traveled a lot. He did have like everything that he could have wanted, but in the end, he wasn't too happy at all. Now, I don't know in the range in terms of where this actually stands, either before or after the mother, or before or after the first one that I mentioned. However, though, um, I feel that this person might have been just a little bit stingy. Didn't really open his arms to too much of like love and stuff like that. He was very closed in, and I'm not sure if you feel those kind of attributes now, that where you don't like to share. Perhaps that's kind of what my instinction of terms of what this may carry over into your current lifetime. That there's probably often times that maybe, like for example, you're eating a candy bar of some sort, and someone noticed that, oh, is that a Snickers? And you're trying to hide it. You're like, no, that's not Snickers. But hmm, excuse me. But yeah, so um, I think with this, the attributes that you got from this particular lifetime is that maybe you might be a little bit of a not hoarder. What was I looking at? Just a little tad selfish, perhaps. Like there's a little bit of selfishness within you, to where you might be like, yeah, for example, everybody's watching TV, and you have the remote, and therefore everybody's gonna watch what you want to watch. So it's not thing terrible because you have the selfishness that you go through right now is not bad or anything. It's just that it's just normal selfishness, but it's just a little bit more than what you the was maybe your family actually can attest to. But yeah, this is really interesting. So I hope this that kind of makes things kind of interesting for you in terms, especially with your birthmark. I think the whole birthmark piece is just that it's really just a connection to kind of bring you down to earth. Like this is a reminder that hey, things are not always going to be what it seems. So be real here. Like yeah, we all have dreams, but they're not always going to come true. And that's kind of what your style is now, and that's what you've learned in your past life. Very interesting one. That was a fun one. There's Indigo Mermaid. Oh my god. So, wait a second. Did she? Am I free? Hold on, you guys. Thank you, Bakanawa. So I'm gonna take a quick couple minute break here. Not exactly sure what may happen. But just give me 1 second here. I just gotta refill my water bottle and be right back. Okay, I'm back, you guys. That reading was deep as fuck. I agree. That was actually a really fun read too. Thank you very much for letting me do that for you. Um, that was really interesting. I'd never done that before, and I actually feel really good about that. All right, so now we have Lulu. So for those of you who are following me, I'm going to be doing a live stream with. Oh boy. Hold on a second. Oh boy. So let's see here. So Lulu, I'm going to put you guys on hold. As a matter of fact, I have a little bit of a case that just came up right now, and I do need to log off, and I really do apologize about that, ladies and gentlemen. It's a little bit of an emergency. Um, so Lulu, I have your question here. Okay. Um, if you can, if you could just bear with me. I'm gonna leave this stream running. Actually, I'm gonna leave this stream running. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of this. It's gonna be probably about a little bit more than 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes or so. But if you guys want to fall off and log on with me another time, you're more than welcome to. I'm gonna go ahead and leave the stream running for now, but I'm gonna take care of this phone call first. So I do appreciate everybody's you know patience with this one. So I'm gonna leave this running with the music going. Enjoy the music if you like, and Bukunawa, I wouldn't worry too much in regards to history repeating itself. I mean, anything can, things happen, right? But it's not about like history repeating itself. It's just more like things happen for a reason, kind of thing. So me personally, I don't feel history is going to repeat itself for you. But even if it did, it probably wouldn't be in the form of a miscarriage. Okay, but we'll talk more about that in a little bit. So I'll be with you guys later. I'll leave the stream running if you guys like to listen to the music or wait for me to come back on. If I happen to disconnect, just again follow me and then I'll come back on tonight. Okay, thank you so much, y'all. Okie dokie. Thank you all for your patience. Okay, so is Lulu still here? Yes, Lulu's still here. So here's my cue. All right. My cue is right now I have Lulu, then Lady Griffin, Cat, Jaime, Thomas, Positive for Life, and Blue Skies. And look, we got Empowered Goddess. All right, so that's what we're gonna start off with. And Lulu, you said, "Whoa." I have a first date tomorrow with this guy I met on Match. His name is Christopher. Don't know anything else except he likes to write a lot and seems pretty smart. What do I need to know? Lulu, are you still with me? Cool, Positive, I got you there. All right, so Lulu's not responding just yet, so I'm going to move on to. Oh, okay, and looks like Lady Griffin is out as well. She said she's going to be back later. So I'm going to do another quick roll call here. I have Kat, Jaime, Thomas, Positive for Life, which I believe just responded. Yep. Um, Blue Skies, who said they're still here, and Empower Goddess says she just popped on to say hello, so I'm assuming she probably left. But Empowered, if you're still here, I'll keep you on the list. Okay, Cat's not saying anything, so I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna take Cat off. Jaime, is Jaime still here? And I'm taking that no is for Jaime. Thomas. Oh, there's Lulu. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay. I was just about to do yours right now. Okay. So, right now, the list right now is Lulu, followed by positive for life, blue skies, and empowered goddess. But I think empowered goddess also left too. And if I haven't called your name, just let me know and I'll put you onto the list. All right. So Lulu, well, congratulations that you are going to be on your first let's see here, on your first date. You just want to know what you need to know. Okay, let's see how we can do here. Let me turn down this music just a little bit too. All right. I think we all get nervous on our first dates. All right. So I'm getting a sense here that this is actually going to be kind of a fun date for you. Um, I feel it's going to be kind of a little bit vanilla. Gosh, why do I keep grabbing onto this cloth? I don't like doing that. I feel it's going to be a little bit vanilla on the. Maybe I should stop yelling because it sounds like this music's really loud for me right now. Let me just change this up here. There we go. That's better. Okay, so I feel that this date is going to be kind of vanilla. It's going to be kind of your traditional one. So don't uh, feel like it was like, oh man, this is a date. This is like kind of meh going on. I think it's actually going to be kind of fun for you. And I believe that there actually might be even a second date going on with this as well. So I think that things are going to hit off pretty nicely. Um, let's see here. Nothing too different, nothing too outgoing about this person. Um, I think he's really good with his finances, perhaps. Um, and I think he's going to be kind of intrigued with the way how you view the spiritual world, because I think you might talk about that just a little bit. You might talk about signs or something, or signs might come into the conversation somewhere, and I think you'll probably have your 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 thoughts put into it. And I do sense that the obvious nervousness that's definitely going to be there. Now, um, even though he's may seem a little bit more successful and more money um, money secure, don't pin yourself to being the same either. Don't try to make yourself look like that you are rich beyond belief and stuff like that, because I think he might have the money and then you might feel that that you don't. Like there's going to be like this differences there. Don't try to play off as if like you have like everything in the world of what you need. Just be honest about what you're going through, or not what you're going through. Just be honest with yourself. That's all. um I think that he's been kind of I think he's been kind of going through a lot of people, because you mentioned that he's been on a dating app, and I think that this is um I think you're probably amongst some of the other people that he has met. So he might I think he might even wear his heart on his sleeve, because I think he's actually kind of really looking to have a relationship. um and I think he's looking for someone along the lines the same as him, in terms of being able to hold her own and stuff like that. Um, I think he's came from another relationship, so just kind of be a little bit empathetic. Don't try to feel that. I think there might be a feeling of where you feel that he's comparing you to a past relationship. So I don't think that you should do that. I think you should just kind of just listen to him actually. Okay. It's not going to be everything that you would like in a guy, but again, I think this is actually going to be a very successful relationship, or not relationship, but date. And there might be even potential for a second date as well. Beyond that, I'm not entirely sure, and you feel conflicted, and I think that's where I was talking about in terms of like you know he is about all he's really good about his money, but you may not be kind of thing, and I think that's what's communicating to me here. There might be some differences between the two of you, and probably explains why you're conflicted. But maybe you want to let me know why you feel conflicted, and I can probably pull a couple more cards in regards to that. Your heart is elsewhere. Well, I did say this is not exactly what you want already, you know, but I think you should just give it a shot. Don't pass judgment. Um, and just have fun with it. And I think that's why it's going to lead to a second date because I think you're going to have a lot of fun with this. Okay. Um, you may feel a little detached. And again, we got more pentacles here. So, you know, I think this guy is really all about money, first of all. And I think that, it probably won't go past the second date. But, yes, Thomas, definitely. And, but I think you're going to have a lot of fun with this one. So just, um, yeah, I can understand that. And you know what? This is sort of like, like a trial for you. I think this date. So just kind of, have fun with it. It doesn't necessarily have to, I think what's going to happen here, you might put him onto a pedestal a little bit. Hence why I said that, this is not exactly what you want. And you might pass judgment, right? So, try not to do that. Just kind of go with the flow for now. Try to drop your intuition and just let it, like just let the conversation kind of happen. All right. Um, do I see long term? No, not in this one. But I do see fun. I think you're gonna be good. And I think you just it's a good way for you to get some experience in this and just have fun and kind of help you open up your ways in terms of being able to recommunicate with the world because um, yeah, take advantage of this. You need to take advantage of this situation. And this is really going to help you out, I think. So, um, um, who knows? Maybe it might go a little bit longer than 2 dates and stuff like that. But long term, um, I don't see long term with this one, but I do see, at least short term with this one, you can have some fun. Maybe it might be a little hit quick kind of thing, so, little fancy fun kind of thing. And, um, yeah, just use it as an experience. I think he's kind of doing the same thing too. He's on the app and he's been dating some women there. I think so. Um, um, yeah, don't put the guard up too much. And look at that. I just got the Ace of Cups in reverse in this one. So yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like a long term relationship with this guy, but at least the relation this date is something exactly what you need to do. You are absolutely welcome. All right, now we got hello. So we got Mai Wulan, Thomas. You were here earlier, so I'm gonna go ahead and add you. You were on here earlier, so I'm gonna put you after positive, and then Mai Wulan after empowered goddess, which I think she did leave, but I haven't heard her say anything lately. So you're right after positive. Okay, positive. So why don't you let me know your sign real quick? I have your question here, which is perfect. So let me know your sign, and let's get to work. Will everything work out in my favor in getting my acceptance letter to start the Youth Masters program this summer at my previous college? I applied way before this crisis. That's good. Well, ooh, Libra, that's even better. That's a really good thing. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and pull a yes no here. And if it's a no, we can figure out what can we make it work with. Well, we got all evens here, so this is a definite yes. And I want to say congratulations too. So, I'm getting here. Well, first of all, we have the 10 of wands, which is really good, plus the hangman, and we also have the 6 of swords in reverse too. Um, this is telling me you got a lot of work to do. I mean, a lot of work. And the reason why I'm saying this, we have these the Queen of Swords in reverse. We also have the King of Pentacles, and what this is telling me here, that that you might be lacking the confidence right now. The issue of you getting into this school, especially financial, won't be a problem. But it's the confidence is what you're probably lacking just a tad here, and I think you need to put down confusion, doubts, and things like that. You actually really need to meditate. Um, yeah, I can see that. And even look at this with the hangman with the head detached and stuff like that. Like you need to like the hangman's usually a pretty good thing, but then I'm drawn to the idea that your head's kind of detached from your body, kind of thing. Like you still have a lot of a lot going on with yourself, and but with the hangman in conjunction with this wands and this swords here, it's time for you to start changing the way you think and start looking towards the future. Now, with all this epidemic going on, this pandemic going on, just bear in mind that there might be some time constraints. Some some dates might be pushed around maybe, but I think it's going to work out. We got the Wheel of Fortune here. We got the Three of Wands in reverse, and we got the Queen of Pentacles. Now, uh, I feel that there's going to be some hesitation with you. I don't know why you're hesitating. You need to step through with this one. I feel that the hesitation is there because maybe you have some fears, like is this the right career path? Should I do this? You know, will it cause me to leave my family and stuff like that? Step through the door, will you? That's how I feel right now, and at least that's what the spirits are saying to me right now. You need to step right through this door. You need to take this opportunity because if you do, you're going to get something good out of this, and I think it's going to be a great way for you to get into a better job especially. It's still going to be an uphill climb for you though, so it's not like this acceptance letter in this college is, or this school is not the magic pill here. Okay, so you need to put your skills to work. Hello, Miss Moon Empress. I think you're gonna get a lot of advice too. A lot of people is gonna come to you. Look at this. We got an 8 of Swords and an 8 of Wands. This is really interesting to me because, like I just said, like, you are going to get a lot of advice, and I think that you need to. I believe you need to listen to yourself. Yes. So you're gonna get a lot of advice, but both the advice that you're gonna get from left and right, from your family, from your friends, from maybe even a few professionals, you're gonna feel it in your gut. You need to do what you think is right. Okay, some people are going to come to you like, oh, be careful of the job market and stuff like that because further down time you may not have a job and stuff like that. That's so untrue, and I'm actually speaking from experience here. Like I went to the computer industry and I just got my AA degree, right? But the thing is, people were saying, oh, you have to be careful of the job market, you just might not get what you're looking for, it's going to be more electronics than it is computers and stuff like that, which is actually not true. Now, um, it's all about grit. Okay, now I'm giving this to you as professional advice because I may be doing tarot and stuff like that. I'm not saying tarot is not a career or anything. A lot of people out there have really great careers in tarot. I personally am working for a technology company. I'm not going to say the name just for the security reasons, but you have to trust me on that. I'm working for a high class security company to where I still have my job today because of them. And I think that you need to focus more on grit. And what I mean by grit, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's about having a passion for what you do for your job, right? And gives you the experience to become better than everybody else. I can come to you and be like, okay, um, I got my 6 year diploma here, master's degree, and stuff like that. And this is what I've learned to do. Okay, now there's this one, and then there's this one. It says that I don't have my diploma, or at least I do, but it's not as good as this one. But I can tell you what, this one I have 6 years of actual experience in the field. Now, which one of these would you actually take, right? Which one actually stands out? The blue one. This is what you need to do for yourself. Okay, so with you getting this education, I think that's terrific. What you need to do is you need to get dirty in the field. Okay, if you know what you're going for, get dirty in it, and start right away in terms of like internships or like just learning the skill, the practice, the trade, right? Because once you graduate, you can say like, well, yeah, so I do have my master's diploma. I did spend 6 years learning this, but you'll also notice I do have 6 years in doing this as an intern, and now I have 6 years of experience along with this. Now you actually have the upper hand than the other people who just kind of just went like, oh, well, I only have the energy and the strength just to do the learning side with the education, while you on the other hand, because you really believe in this, you took the path of grit, and therefore you're going to stand out a lot more than the other person. Okay, so one thing that my grandmother told me: work hard, play later, right? Work hard, play later. Okay, there will be time where you'll be able to play. Okay, when you go to school, everybody goes to school, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna have a party and stuff like that." And you might be able to party every now and then, but then, you know what? Some friends are probably going to disconnect with you because of this, and where you're going to be like, "No, I gotta go to work, I gotta study, and stuff like that," and it will be stressful. I'll tell you that right now. It will be stressful, but you need to make sure you manage your time and your energy too. Okay, so I hope that helps you out. And I congratulate you um, with that, with your education. And 2 weeks from now, I want you to email me tarot@groovedify.com. Set a reminder right now on your phone. Follow up with me 2 weeks from now. You could do like a little follow up reading to see how your career path is going to be. Okay, I'll be more than happy to pull some cards for you. Okay, so let's see here. I did just get a a donation from Moon Empress, which puts her into the priority queue. So, Thomas, just like to let you know, you will be after Moon Empress because she did donate. Thank you very much for the donation. So I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle from my cards for Miss Moon Empress. And Moon, if you can let me know what your sign is and your question is, um, please let me know now. You're very, very welcome. And please, please, please email me positive for life, tarotgroup.com. I love talking about resumes. I love talking about career paths and things like that. Um, uh, I can give you my experience and a little bit more details in terms of what I do in my career and stuff like that. And I can definitely try to give some pointers. Okay, and anybody else who's really interested in terms of career path or resumes and things like that, I'll be more than happy to help you out with that. Thank you very much, Thomas, for your understanding with that. Okay, so you are a Taurus. I'm wondering about my DM, my the man. Is that what it is? Your the man. Think man. I'm not good with these acronyms sometimes. The DM, the Pisces. How is he feeling about us right now? Okay, or that man. Almost about my that man. Direct message. Yeah, I thought DM would be direct message, but I think it means something else. Because it doesn't make sense about my direct message to Pisces. The twin flame. Divine masculine. Oh, that's right. Divine masculine. That's effort. I think I'll stick with that man. That man makes him sound like a lot, like that man in mine. Thank you, Latoya. I love you. Hooray! Okay. Oh, yes. So a Taurus and a Pisces. So that's an Earth and a water sign. So I think that's really interesting because I think that even though you know water and Earth, they can go together in certain ways in terms of how they help each other, in terms of how you can or how the Pisces can make the your land very lush. But it can also be very overbearing too, like very drowning. It's not like how it would work with maybe an air and the earth, or a fire and water. But still, the Taurus is actually a very caring person, which is what you are. Pisces is very mutable, also very caring in terms of their feelings. So, well, I'm getting some pretty strong cards here. Very warm colors, as a matter of fact. Um, I'm sensing some positive vibes with this one. Let's see here. There might be some things that he's wondering about. Um, but I think you guys might have had a talk recently. I feel that you might have had Oh, thank you, Moon. I appreciate that. I think that you might have had a talk recently with him that might have changed, kind of flipped the script, not in a bad way, but it's more like you almost had a confession for both of each other, and it kind of opened the doors. But I think right now, it's almost like he needs to, like last time you guys spoke about your guys' feelings for each other, he kind of just stepped back a little bit, and it kind of seemed very distant. However, though, I still feel I feel here that he is very um he feels that there's like a new feeling now growing within him about you. Um he's a little bit confused, I probably say. And I think he's also like very energetic and high strung right now. Maybe because he has a lot of built up energy into him, but it also I might be because of the fact of how he feels about you too. Um, the cool thing is though is that he's thinking this on his own. He hasn't really gone to anybody and talked to anybody about this. He kept it to himself. Um, so I am getting the sense here that um, it's not really all rainbows and unicorns right now between the two of you. But I think that you both are going to come together. Um, I have a sense that he wants to start new with you, and I think he might have told you that he may not know. Like he almost as if like he doesn't know who you are, kind of thing. I think he kind of told you about that a little bit. Um, but even with that said, though, he really cares for you, and I think he kind of wants to start like a new path. He doesn't want to start this old path of how he feels with you, because I think with that, it's not gonna end up to be, you know, uh, worthwhile. So he kind of wants to start like maybe a new adventure with you in a very positive way. Not like reconciliation, but just like he really wants you to. I think this was me first. He really wants you to wants to try to um, start a new thread. Hey, Taro. Okay. Now, what you need to do is you need to make sure that you don't sleep on this. Okay. um, but relax a little bit on this one, because I think that you may feel a little bit of, I would say, hesitation, but there's like anxiety, nervousness, and things like that. And I think that you might want to, you probably want to get like an answer like directly from him. Let the time come. The time will come. The time will come. Just be a little patient with this one. And I'm getting all these reversals. And here's the funny thing, because I'm rotating the deck around and stuff like that, and pulling out these cards, and I'm still getting reversals. So um, I think this is all just telling me here with these reversals. It's just like it's really going to become unexpected. What we do know is that he still cares for you. We do know that. They see that's a really good talk. Um, okay, I was just making sure I didn't miss anything on the chat here. Um, so I'm getting here again. He cares for you, but with all these reversals that are happening here, it's really going to be kind of like a an open book, or an open book with blank pages. Okay, so what you need to do moving forward here. Let's see here. What can you tell me in terms of planning, in terms of how you should approach this? Okay. Um, don't put too much like prayer into this. Okay. you don't want to put like, oh, will the spirit guides please guide me, make him do this, make him do this, make him do this. Don't do it like that. That's not how they want to help you. They want to help you alone. See, I keep rotating these cards, and every time I rotate the cards, I pull another one out. I keep getting these reversals. I think right now the spirit guides are telling me that you need to kind of figure this out on your own. See, look at this. Um, you kind of need to figure this out on your own a little bit. It is giving me a little bit of information in terms of how he feels, but in terms of moving forward, you do have a new string of love and feelings coming your way with him. And I think he's also just a little bit confused in terms of what he wants to do with these new feelings, and I think it's going to turn into like a newfound type of relationship with him. Okay, but it's going to start off very slow, and right now it's going to be kind of open book here. Okay, so I think this is actually really good for you because the fact that we really don't know what this is, it gives you a chance to kind of rebuild your intuitive powers to feel him, right? To build your empathy, because I think your empathy right now, in terms of like your level of empathy for him, is sort of kind of like on this gray area right now. You need to develop some new feelings for him, and redefining your empathy powers is going to help you figure him out a little bit more. Like we had to break out old foundation to try and start a new one. See, there we go. So the spirit guides are telling me right now, or at least your spirit guides are saying like, no, don't tell her, don't tell her. See, I just rotated the deck. Oh my gosh, look at this. So, and we got the a reverse devil here. So, my feelings actually when I looked at this right now, don't um, don't be afraid to get really intimate with each other either. Because even though this is the first time around, you might feel a little awkward. It's okay to be a little bit intimate with each other, and I think you probably need a little bit more intimacy. Um, Reverse the deck one more time. Look at this. It's just so funny. I think the spirit guides are not telling me anything right now. I think you really need to figure out stuff on your own right now. I was trying to see if I can get more cards to uh, you know, to come out maybe upright perhaps, or tell me something new. But right now, I think I'm getting blocked. The only thing that you need to know right now is that he wants to start a new thread of life, love, and happiness with you. And I think that's a good start. But it's kind of on your own. But with this said, though, you do need to work on your intuitive energies and your empathy as well, because Um, that's what's going to help in the situation. Okay. All right. So thank you again for the donation on that one, Moon. Okay, I'm going to shuffle this here real quick. Can't do it with the whole deck because it's so thick. All right, Thomas, you are up. You're very, very welcome. I'm very happy to help. Okay, so I see that there's some new people here. Okay, so we have here. Let me get this out real quick. All right, so we have Lady Griffin. I know you were here a while ago. We have Britt Brat and High Tarot. Okay, I'm gonna go use the restroom really quick and I shall return. 30 seconds. So, information on who I'm going to marry. I'm a Pisces and I also date men. Nice. You're gonna marry me, Thomas. I'm just kidding. Blue skies smiling at me. Okay, are we ready to deal here? Let's say yes. Three Pentacles. All right, so you're Pisces too. Is, who is Thomas going to marry? Is he going to marry me? I'm just kidding. Let's see here. You know what? Thank you, lady. Yeah, I found this at a hobby store. It was all folded up, and I didn't realize it had elephants, but I like the colors. Ooh, I think it was off all this time. Hold on. I don't want you to see my pillow hair, so I put my beanie on. Okay, so let's see here. Tell me something about Thomas's man. Well, I think you're going to be um, with a person of the air sign. I'm sensing good luck. I'm sensing also fast pace, which is probably something that you might really enjoy. Can I get an actual face card? I feel you're very traditional as well, because this person, it's not like buck wild and gun ho and stuff like that, but um, he's respectable. How I see it now. I don't think it's going to be love at first sight for this person. It will be a very happy match though, but it won't be love at first sight. Um, as a matter of fact, I don't think you're going to hit it off at very from the get go. As a matter of fact, I think there's going to be a little bit of unattractiveness of some sort. Um, but then like you're going to run into each other again, and then you're guys going to like hit it off and kind of like oh hey I remember you, and then all of a sudden that's how things kind of kick off here. Um, you can be very cagey to new people. That's understandable. Because yeah, I'm seeing here that I think right now you're kind of relying on connections at the moment. You don't want to meet new people, and probably you kind of like loathe the whole like bar scene and stuff like that. You really don't want to go through that, so you kind of like rely on friends and family to see if they can give you the hookup kind of thing. and I think you've been met with some frustrations and maybe even some disappointments in your line of men that you probably might have been dating. And I see here though that you also might be kind of like turning to a little bit of spirituality. It's like, hey, I've been doing all these really nice things. Can you like throw me a bone, please? And you're hoping that maybe the universe can provide and stuff like that. But it looks like it hasn't been. And let's see why. I'm double checking my cards, make sure they're not all reversals here, because I'm looking at them and there's a whole bunch of upright ones. Um, so I'm seeing here. Well, this kind of goes in hand with you talking about Keiji. I'm seeing hesitation in terms of talking about people, talking to people. I see lack of confidence a little bit, and I also see lack of, well, not lack. I see some major, um, not, well, I would say major, but I do see hesitation in terms of sharing your feelings. I think that you might be embarrassed of some of the things that you have to share. Um, because maybe other people might have had a better life than you did. That's kind of what the feeling that I'm getting from this. Um, oh God, burgers! That sounds so freaking good right now. Better bake it with bacon and some cheese and a nice toasted bun. You better do it, lady. And if you don't do it, I'm gonna be very upset. I'm gonna come through this microphone and come and make this burger for you. Um, Again, we've got swords here. So I think the first thing you need to do in order to actually attract the right man, in as far as like marriage is concerned, you need better like better thought process and better ways of communication, more confidence in yourself in order to be able to actually reach out. I think that's the kind of common goal here, and I just flip the deck to see if I can get something here, and I know I'm gonna get another reversal. Watch, look at that. So, um, let's change the subject here for this guy, for this deck. Can you please tell me about the person? Tell me about the person. So, I think that this person is going to be very successful. Um, I see him being very ambitious as well. Um, Family man as well. He is, well, this is a good thing too. He is definitely trustworthy. We have a Three of Swords in reverse. We also have the Magician here too, which is actually telling me that he's actually very connected with all the different elements out there, which is a definite plus. So this person that you're going to be seeing here, I mean, it looks like a really nice man, but from the get go, I don't think you're going to be very attracted to him. I think there's going to be like maybe some disappointment when you first see him and stuff like that. And don't rely on your friends and family, okay? Or even that the energies. You need to work on your confidence, like all these air qualities about you. Confidence, how you talk to people, how you see things, and things like that. And then this guy is going to come around automatically without any help whatsoever. So, as you, as a person, oops, you as a person, I feel that you actually have a lot to offer. Um, I do see here that you kind of like, product to stay by yourself sort of thing, like maybe play a lot of video games perhaps, like you kind of get into these worlds and stuff like that, and you probably get caught up into it. So that's okay. And I think this is probably and I wouldn't say you actually play video games or anything, but it's like this particular hobby that you like to do, or this kind of interest you like to do, is the kind of thing that you don't like to share often because you feel that people are going to kind of like look down upon it. So it's okay. You can share these kind of things, you know, little by little. But this person that's going to come around is actually going to be very, very supportive, and I think he's going to be find it very interesting, even though it may not be a very interesting hobby or interest. He'll still take interest to you because he's actually very attracted to you. So I think this is a really good thing for you. Okay. And I haven't done chakra affirmations in a while, so you don't have bacon? That's sacrilege. That's blasphemy. How can you not have bacon? Let's see here. Look at this. Work on your heart chakra. So you need to meditate, work on your heart chakra, and make sure that you kind of open yourself to new energies and things like that. So uh, you're a trophy. Well, I still think that you have a lot to go for, and work on your confidence, work on way you talk to people. But with the heart chakra, I think this will actually kind of help you balance yourself because that's actually the center of all of our chakras, both the physical and the spiritual. Okay, so make sure that you open yourself to that because I don't think you have problems making friends. It's just like you get maybe nervous when you talk to people in terms of relationship because you don't want to botch that up, right? Because friends are easy to let go, whereas relationships are a little bit harder. And I think that's kind of where the fear and the what you call it um, the confidence is lacking because the fact that once you go into a relationship, it's a little bit harder to let go than a friendship. So, all right. Good luck with that. You're more than welcome to email me at any time, tarot@groovedify.com, if you would like to follow up on this. Move this camera, that way it's a little bit easier for people to see. Yeah, that works. You're very welcome, Thomas. Good luck to you on that. My partner's a Pisces as well. All right, we have Brits. Or not Brit, excuse me. Blue Skies. We have Blue Skies, followed by uh, My Woolan, Lady Griffin, Brit Brat, and then High Tarot. So you're after this lady. You're after My Wulon. The Aries girl ended our casual situation this week. Will she ever reach out to reconnect, reconcile in the future? Said she needed to break, but she needed a break. But I needed. But I think it's because other options. Men. What will happen? Mm. Options, options, options. You know what? I'm gonna let these cards recharge for a little bit. I'm gonna move on to my Rider Waite. So what's up with this Aries? What's up with Miss Aries? Please tell me something about Miss Aries. First thing is, I think she's not looking for any new opportunities in other guys. I say this because we have this Ace of Pentacles in reverse here, so I don't see anything in terms of her trying to find somebody else. She does care for you, but she really does seem to want to move on. Um, I think she had a sign from somebody or from something, as a matter of fact. It kind of spooked her a little bit, I think. But right now, she feels strong in terms of what she really wants to do about her, outside of your relationship, so forth. And right now, she's really not looking to communicate with anybody else. I think she kind of wants a break from things, from from the whole benefits ordeal. Yeah. Um, so she needs to really kind of work on herself a little bit, and that's kind of what I'm getting from this right now. In terms of what you can do, let's see here. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're gonna find something new here pretty soon, because I don't think this is much of a like a relationship. It's more like friends with benefits kind of thing. So um, don't get frustrated by it. Just keep doing what you're doing. That's kind of what I'm getting from this one. Oops. Let's see here. Will she reach out in the future? Yes or no? Yes or no? I I get no. And if you do wait for her, you're just gonna meet with hurt. I think she's gonna continue her life. You're not, and then things are gonna move forward, but you're gonna be left behind, and that's kind of how I feel if you don't let this go. I'm sorry. I hate to be the bearer of bad news here, but I don't think that she's gonna reach out to you because I have the sun. As you can see right here, I have the sun, the swords, and this chariot. So, um, but like I said, somebody new will come around to where you'll be able to, make a stronger connection. I think, and I think that's how it's going to come out to be. And what you should focus on is your root chakra, or not your root, but your sacral chakra, which is interesting because we're talking about casual relationship here, like maybe like a friends with benefits kind of thing, and just focus on what makes you happy. Okay, what gives you pleasure and things like that. And I know it's gonna be kind of hard to kind of follow, but you know that's what the universe and the energies are saying right now. Hippie! Hello, my little hippie. And Sanchita. Hello. Okay. All right. You're very welcome, Blue Skies. Good luck with that. And if you decide to, wait for her, just be prepared. That's all. Be prepared for an uphill battle. Okay, so now we have Mai Walan. Next after that is Lady Griffin, Brit Brat, Hytero, El Tigre, and Sanchita. So, Mai Walan, let me know what your name is, along with your sign, and then your question. So, I want to ask about my future husband. Ooh. What's your sign? Gemini. Nice. So, Gemini is an air sign. And can you please tell me what is May's sign for her husband? Well, I'm getting an Earth sign here, prominently Earth sign, possibly a Taurus. If not that, then maybe an Aquarius, which is another air sign. But the cool thing about the Taurus, even that is Saturn, Saturn is actually kind of linked towards the Capricorn, which my friend lovingly says to me, "Oh my God," she says that we are the devil goats because I'm a Capricorn. But I do see here that you could be hooking up with, or at least marrying somebody who might be a Earth sign, which is actually really nice. So. Um, It's really nice. And then let's see here about this person. Is he a new person, or a past person in my life? Well, if you happen to know anybody who happens to be an Earth sign, that might be actually close to your answer. But if I was to get a pull yes and no here, I got a 4, I got a 1, and a 12. So it's possible, yes, that could be a new person in your life coming to you. Now, um, I feel that this person is a very stable person in terms of his background, his personality. I He's not very connected to the spiritual arts, so that's probably a small turn off here. But by the time you actually marry this person, the person that becomes your life, he actually might get a promotion, which is actually really good for the both of you because you actually might be getting more money in this situation. Because we even have a Knight of Pentacles here. Now, I feel that this person is. Um, he has like no strings attached or anything, which is really good. He kind of likes to be by himself most of the time. And I don't think he's really good with finances though, so you might actually have to come into that scene with him when it comes to finances. Now, one thing that he might be getting to, I think he might be. Oh no! First sign that came to my head, like maybe somewhere around, like maybe a lawyer, maybe even something in regards to law or something. Um, uh, he likes to be very fair. He always seeks like justice, for example. He likes to seek fairness in situations. So, um, I feel that he's gonna rely to you to be more like the softer touch because I think he's more of a harder touch actually. So it's almost like a yin and yang kind of thing. There's some things that he's gonna be able to handle on the like the let's say like the negotiation side, and you're like the softer side, like the more empathic side of him. So you guys are both going to complement each other in a way. Can you tell me about his appearance? Well, let's see here. Give me something about his appearance. Is he going to be cute or is he going to be ugly? UGLY. You ain't got no alibi. You ugly. What? What? You ugly. Well, I'd probably say he's probably not too attractive, but uh, I think he's attractive enough to where he, you know how they say like you're gonna break some hearts. You're so cute, you're gonna break some hearts out there. So, he's not like the best man, model type, but he definitely has the looks in order to kind of break hearts, kind of thing. The saying that is. Um, I feel that he is not one to really judge himself by looks, but he kind of has natural looks, and he doesn't really believe in that kind of thing either. But um, but he does understand though that he is a handsome looking person. Appearance wise, he could be a little, or at least personality wise, he could be a little bit more. Uh, let's see here. I mean, if he was to dress up, he would actually be like, you know, model kind of thing. Like if he was to really dress up, I don't see him being like you know dashing or anything. But he'll definitely be really nice looking. Let's see here. Can I give him this? Absolutely, cat. So what we get from this here is that he's gonna be good with money. He might get promotion by the time you guys get married, um, and well, let's see if this guy gonna be coming anytime soon. Like let's say in the next 2 years. Next 2 years, will he coming around? We got a 1, 14, and a 12. So yeah, it could actually come around in the next 2 years. This person you actually might meet him. I wouldn't say that. Okay, hi. I'll keep you on the list still. But yeah, I think you will possibly meet maybe next year or some sort. But as far as marriage goes, give it some time. You'll definitely, um, you know, get hitched in one way or the other. But as far as meeting this person, might be next year. And as far as marriage goes, might be a little bit later than that too. Okay, and then work on your sacral as well. So you want to make sure that you um, oh, thank you, hippie. Um, just kind of focus on the things that makes you happy too. So uh, don't fret too much in terms of how you're going to meet this person. Just focus on yourself, make yourself happy, and then the happiness will actually promote this energy to bring this person to you. Okay, I think I'm going to close the list at cat because I'd like to take a break here pretty soon. It's already been a couple hours, I think, for me. Okay. All right, Lady Griffin, you are up. My name is Catherine, and my sign is a Libra. And my question is, what are all the spirits in my dreams trying to tell me? I am a clairvoyant, so yeah, I have visions and other things. Cool. Love you too, my. Thank you so much. This will be an interesting one. Mm, Still needs to be shuffled. Hmm. So the first impression I'm getting from this here, um, would your dream have something to do with you, like mingling with some people, but you might have been, I don't know. The first thing that comes to my mind is like a party. Like maybe you might have had a party of some sort, and um, everybody was been drinking, things like that. Everybody's having a good time. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. Especially if I'm definitely wrong. Try not to see if there's a connection. But if this is like far off, then let me know. But I feel that there might have been a party of some sort, mingling of some sort. Um, Everybody's been drinking, things like that. But I think that you might have been the host, or actually, no, excuse me, somebody else was the host, but then they're coming to you to kind of be like the hostess in a way. Like, for example, they put it's somebody else's party, but they put the responsibility on you, for example. And I think that you have problems, uh, like fulfilling the party, and that you kind of felt maybe pinged, um, and cornered, and trying to figure out things. But even though like you couldn't hit it financially in the dream, you were trying to balance things out, which you managed to, but then you had absolutely no help. Like the host person was like, "Well, no, you go ahead and take care of it. You go take care of it." You were like, "Well, you're like, well, I don't have the money to do this. How can we do this?" And then they're like, "Oh no, you do have the money." And you're like, "Where's the money?" And I think that's kind of where this is kind of coming from. I think there might be something dealing in terms of maybe somebody's coming to you with some expectations, maybe to give you money, and maybe there's like a maybe a warning of some sort that if you did give this money to somebody, they might spend it not in the way they choose, how they say they would. Um, it's almost like deceit in a way. They told you one thing, but they didn't. So like give them the money, but it just didn't work out the way how they said it would. They might spend it on something else, perhaps. Um, I think the dream kind of transitioned to something else. I think the dream then transitioned into from having a party into almost like a third person state. You're kind of looking at yourself. And I think when you looked at yourself, you were alone. You might have been. I'm getting a beach. All of a sudden, a beach just came to my head for some reason. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one too. If you were like maybe, looking at yourself on the beach of some sort, and you were just kind of like by yourself, um, and maybe felt very uncomfortable as maybe somebody was watching you, and somebody that you didn't know came and talked to you. You love the beach. Yeah, we all. I think we all do, especially now. I think someone else came to you and talked to you in your dream. I mean, I'm not sure if it's a beach or not, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. If you didn't dream the beach or not, you're perfectly fine with doing that. But I think, like after the whole party scene, it came down to where you just kind of looked at yourself at one point, and you did had no control over yourself, and somebody that you didn't even know came and talked to you. There's no connection. You didn't recognize this person, and when he started talking to you, I don't think it made sense. Things just came out like maybe like a different language. Um, you felt locked. Um, you felt like you couldn't wake up. As a matter of fact, and I get the sense that because you couldn't wake up, it was you kind of freaked out a little bit too. So and I'm getting another Pentacles thing here. So I think it's maybe a sign of maybe something in regards to money. Um, Look at this, King of Pentacles, Temperance, and you got that Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles. You got the Ten of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles there. Then you got the Four of Pentacles. This is all in regards to money. I think that you need to secure your money. I think someone might that you may not know may come and probably take your money of some sort in a way to where they, like a con artist kind of thing, not like come and break in the house and steal something. But I just think that you should probably just be warned that your money should be secured right now. Make sure that you have good hold of it and that you don't take bullshit from people who might be asking for like a favor of some sort. It may not even seem like it's a financial thing. Like maybe it's something that you would have to go do on your. They'll say, "Oh, I need to do this, but I need somebody to be who can do this." And you be, like for example, make Xerox copies, and you're like, "Oh, I can do Xerox copies. That's no problem." And you do the Xerox copies, and obviously that costs money. And you come back, and all of a sudden. Um, they're like, oh, okay, well, now that you got the Xerox copies, then maybe you can do this. That could like kind of lead on to another thing and then to another thing. So I think it's going to be sort of like this long chain of events that's going to cost you money, and I wouldn't say don't to stop helping people. Don't like you can help people, but it's just that just be wary of the signs. Like, well, this is costing me money. How about some help? You know, um, and if they're going to be like, well, I really don't have the money, but I could pay you back. Okay, I don't know about that. How about you hit me up next week when you get your paycheck? Okay, thanks, bye. I mean, don't say it like that, obviously, but just I think it really has something to do in regards to money, and that nobody's going to steal it, but I think that there might be some sort of hemorrhage somewhere. I think um, somebody's going to ask you to do things for them. Hence, like that whole party thing I just told you about. Somebody wants to throw the party, but they're making you pay for it for some reason, and it's not your party, right? So, I think that's where this dream is going. It's nobody that you know. They're gonna come across as like super friendly, and they're gonna have some obviously some great ideas, or they're gonna kind of have you probably connect with them somehow. Okay, so I don't lend money out to anyone anymore. Hard to trust people. See, yeah, there you go. And I think someone's going to try to come to you, not really ask you to lend them money, but I think it's going to be more like they want you to do the favors for them to where you'll spend the money. So that's a little bit different. Because I don't think you have a problem. helping people get things that they want, like for example, like a dinner or some sort. But just like you said, you don't want to give the money, but maybe you don't mind spending the money if they need it, because that's a little bit different, right? You're not lending them money, large amounts of sum, but it will equal up to a large amount of sum later on. And that's one possibility. So I have my friend Latoya here. It could be a scam artist, perhaps. Um, because like I said, it's nothing nobody you really know. Maybe it might be an acquaintance of some sort. So just keep in mind about something like that, okay? Um, be smart about it, and we even have the temperance here. So you would definitely want to be smart about this. Make sure that you tune in with your chakras, your energies, and stuff like that, and then and kind of widen the scope of your third eye. That way, you can kind of tell, should I do this or not. And we have here the root. So keep grounded with your thoughts and feelings. Okay. Um, yeah, there you go. Be smart and be on your guard. So um, we have the root chakra, exactly what you're talking about. Be smart, be on your guard, stuff like that. Meditate on that one to kind of help get some energy into that as well. Okay. So that was actually really interesting. I never had that question before. I like interesting questions, lots of fun questions like that too. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna let this recharge as well for a little bit. You're absolutely welcome. And this is my Everyday Tarot, one of my favorite decks. Oh, I already got Ace of Pentacles. It's already ready to be used. Look at that. Okay, so next up we have Brit Brat, and then next after that is High Tarot. You should. It's a lot of fun, and by all means, hit me up on tarotgroupify.com. I'll be more than happy to talk tarot with you. Show you some tricks of the trade, maybe, um, and just chat it up tarot. I love talking tarot and stuff like that. Who knows? Might turn out to be a new friendship. So yeah, tarotgroupify.com. Don't be a stranger. Also, you can find me on Facebook Messenger, same name, Groovedefied, and you'll find me there. Look at that. I'm talking about this, and I just got the Page of Cups, too. All right. Brit Brat. Brit Brat. Street Rat. I don't. No, actually, that goes a bit slower. Brit Brat. Street Rat. I don't buy that. If only they look closer, would they see a poor boy? No, siree. They'll find out there's so much more to me. Aladdin. I love that movie. Okay, Brit Brat's not responding. That's awesome. Well, either way, Tarot, you're more than welcome to chat it up with me. I just, not even about lessons, just to chat it. I love chatting. I love talking about tarot. And good luck to you on your tarot adventure. Okay, Brit Brat. I'm not seeing you here. Oh, Miss Joy. You don't need a genie to have somebody see you like that. If they don't see you, then they're blind. All right, let me see if High Tarot will come up here. And is El Tigre there? Sanchita and Kat, are you all here with me still? If I had a question to ask, does he see me? Maybe I don't know it. How does he feel or think about me? Well, I'll draw maybe 3 cards on that real quick while I wait. Miss Joy. Da, 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 da. Let's see here. We got a 5, a 7, and so I kind of see maybe no. Um, if he sees you, so I'm not exactly sure who he is. What's your sign and what's his sign? And we kind of skipped everybody else, but they're not answering right now anyway. El Tigre, Sanchita, and Cat. If you're still there, your time is now. Otherwise, Miss Joy's gonna take it. Miss Joy. Oh, I like that. Please put a heart. I didn't even think about that. I always say, just say, hey. That's how I usually say to like, people to check in with me. You're Taurus. I'm not sure his sign. Well, let's see here. Maybe an air sign, perhaps? Most likely a sun sign, actually. So it could be a sun sign. But let me shuffle this here real quick and... There's Cat. Hey, Cat. So remind me what your sign is and what your question is, and I'm going to get you right after Miss Joy here. There's his song. He's a shy guy. Oh, it's a Mercy song. Mercy, mercy, mercy. Okay, never mind. So this person could be a Virgo. And does he know you? I would say no. Um, is he in another relationship though? I feel that he might be in another relationship. I'm also getting the feeling that he might even cheat. That's not good. I feel that he takes advantage of certain things, and uh, we just have a class together in school. Well, I think he's already in a relationship, and you need to be careful because I think he's willing to actually do uh, a separate relationship, which is not really good. Um, like he has everything made in his current relationship right now, um, but I think that he can actually start a new one and then keep it secret. Yeah, oh boy, indeed. And you see, we have an Empress here, and he needs to be careful because I think he just might get her pregnant. Um, but yeah, this guy's not good news, I don't think. He makes seem really nice and stuff like that. He looks gentle, perhaps. Like, he doesn't look like the kind of guy, maybe, but, appearances are kind of like, don't judge a book by cover, right? So, and he needs to really focus on himself at the same time, I think. He's not really good news. And I think he should probably just, look at some other hottie. Oh, your chakra. Your heart chakra. So make sure that when you meditate, meditate on your heart chakra. So um, that'll help you keep balance and stuff like that. And also make sure that you follow your heart in the right direction too. Okay. Okay, Kat. He is so confident. I always drawn to these guys that are like these social butterflies, and I'm super shy. I don't get it. It's so strange. So strange. It's so strange. You sing that song when I entered. Things happen for a reason, you know. But you know, um, if you're really drawn to those kind of things, maybe it's sort of like your yin to your yang kind of thing. You know, you just need to learn how to open up. But if you have problems talking and you're really shy, you might want to focus on that first before you start, like getting, you know, with other people. You want to have that confidence first. That way, you can actually, um, you know, increase your intuition and kind of, you know, feel the situation, what's going on, and then, you know, be able to make the right decisions. Okay. All right, Miss Cat Virgo. I want to know what's my spiritual guide. You want to know what your spirit guide is, or what your spirit guide is giving you, and how can I work at it more? So you just want to know what kind of what your spirit guide is giving you. Is that what you're asking, Miss Cat? I do feel invisible like the poor boy, and I chase after these shiny princes that are out of reach and feel too good for me. Nothing is always too good for you. You know, I feel the same way too. Like, you know, I don't feel that I'm very attractive and stuff like that, but then you may never know that um, what people find attractive in other people, right? But I think maybe you might be picking a little bit too shallow about yourself and also about other people. And I think it's more about quality than the face value of it, right? So that's one thing you need to, you know, keep an eye out, or at least keep in mind that it's more about the quality of the relationship than the face value of the relationship. I mean, yeah, the bad boy looks good, the muscular thing is very attractive, especially for me, but um, you know, the quality about the person is much better, you know. So you'll get into it. Spiritual gift, that's what I think too. So I want to know what's my spiritual gift and how. Oh, gift, gotcha. I was saying guide. Gift, and how can I work at it more? Okay, well, let's take a look. You're very welcome. And by the way, you're more than welcome to email me at any time, tarotgroovedefy.com, if you want to talk about it more. I'm more than happy to help you out. I feel that you have the gift of empathy, Miss Cat, which is funny because you're calling yourself Cat Cat within Create, and okay, so yeah, you know, because cats are very spiritual animals to be, you know, to be forward. Now the thing is that this gift of empathy is very very small with you right now, like it's in its infancy, and it's going to grow and mature over time. Now the thing is that you've already made the proper decisions in terms of how you want to lead your life, I think, and how you want to um, um, like treat your emotions. I think I might have said this to you before. I'm not. You correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that you started like making sure, like, certain friends, stuff like that, that you are, kind of cutting the fat and keeping the beef. Like you're kind of changing your outlook approach. Um, your outlook approach towards life, and then because of your outlook approach towards life, your friends might be seeing it in a whole different light. They might not become your friends anymore. They might talk weird. It's like, oh, okay, well, I think we'll hang out sometime, but that means like never. So don't worry about that. The friends that really are true to you will stay. The ones that will not really get you, they'll leave. Okay. Let's see here. One thing I think you need to, in order to hone in your empathy skills, is the power of giving. Now, in terms of what to give, that's actually something that you're going to have to figure out on your own. Um, in terms of what you need to give, could be money, it could be time, it could just be volunteering, it could be any of these things. But you need to meditate this a little bit more, though, in terms of what your gift, like how to exercise this gift of empathy, because empathy is not just about relating to other people; it's about also sensing them too. So, um, uh, you might have felt certain things to where, like, if somebody enters the room, the vibes kind of changed for you immediately without them even saying a word. So that's how empathy can really affect you. Um, you need to make sure that you need to learn how to isolate your feelings from other people. And by that, what I mean is that, see, we have a King of Cups and a King of Swords, right in between, with the Two of Pentacles in between. So this is telling me that you need to focus on how to bring in the emotions, and also how to block the emotions as well, because as you start to become empathic, this can get a little overwhelming. It can even start bringing on headaches and stuff like that. So you need to find a good balance and good control over it, okay? Which is why it's starting in its infancy, and therefore you're able to help it make it mature. Let's see here. Right, your spiritual gift. So that's what Hippie has mentioned to me right now, and we're looking into your spiritual gift. And like I said, the spiritual gift to you is the power of empathy. Okay, so right now you're still in your empathy in it. You need to practice on how to um, separate yourselves from other people. That way you don't get overwhelmed. Okay. You might get a lot of advice from a lot of people too. Um, just make sure that when you do talk to people in regards to your gift, that you trust your own instincts and not just take other people's opinions on how to expand it. Okay, there's a lot of stuff that you need to learn on your own. Now, when you do start using this to talk to people, to maybe give them advice and stuff like that, make sure that you nurture it like a child. Okay, if you're going to teach your child on how to do right and wrong, pretend that this person is like your child. Okay, that's how you want to treat them when you're going to start using your power, your gift, to help others. Okay, and try to bring down your um, like the need for things, or the need for emotional status and stuff like that. For example, like, what's my love life going to be like, things like that. Like, try to let it go and just let it come to you naturally. Okay, because um, if you're focusing on, well, who my love life is going to be, or who's going to be my husband in the future and stuff like that, that can actually block off your empathy. Okay, that can block off the gift. So you want to make sure that you kind of just like let things come to you naturally. Do a lot of meditation. And if I was to pull a chakra stone for you to see what can help you out, you got the heart chakra and we got the sacral chakra. I keep getting those stones. How come I keep not getting anything else here? But um focusing on your self pleasures a little bit in terms of what makes you happy, that also helps out too. And the heart chakra balances between the sacral, the solar plexus, and the root, and then the other side, which is the spiritual side, which is the throat, the third eye, and the crown. Okay, so if you have the heart chakra that is balanced right there in the middle, then you're going to be able to get centered, have this flow of energy to help you build this gift. Okay, so I think that you can be on the right track here. I think it's going to do well for you, and just focus on these things here. Like I said, you want to find a way to balance, or at least find a way to be able to cut people off on their emotions, because you can start absorbing things really quickly, and that's going to give you headaches, and it's going to even probably drive you insane a little bit. And just learn how to talk, learn to understand. Oop, there goes my music. Oh, it's still good. But yeah, so I think you're going to be on your way here. And good luck on that. I feel like a lot of people are very drawn to me sometimes, but I don't want to be bothered by them. Yeah, so you know, a lot of people who are empaths, like heavier empaths than I am, they try to isolate themselves because the fact that, you know, other people's energies makes them sad, happy, or anxious for that matter too. So they have to be careful, and they end up taking medications because that they can't seem to handle it because they want to try to control it, the amount of emotions that they feel. Okay. So I think that's it for everybody here this in the queue. I think I am going to take a break. Now, I know people why people are so drawn to me. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Um, when people are drawn to you because as an empath, it does you are as like a magnet, like a spiritual magnet. They're going to flock to you because they want to be able to try to make sense of their feelings and stuff like that. So, I consider myself a type of empath, but not a full empath. But you, on the other hand, you have this power of empathy, and it can be very powerful too. So you can probably pick up a book about empathy and see how you can exercise it and learn how to control it. Sometimes you can confuse other people's energies for your own too. Yeah, that's true, and that's where the balance comes in too. You have to kind of understand that and find a way how you can actually understand and you know balance out who's who. Excuse me. Excuse me. Goodness. All right, so I think I'm gonna take a break. Um, it's already 9 o'clock, and I think I could use a little bite to eat and just a quick kickback here for a second. And I'm planning to come back online here soon, so um, I appreciate everybody's time. Um, Obviously, hit the notification icon. That way, you know when I come back online. And again, email me at tarot at groovedefied.com, and I'll be more than happy to help you out with any questions you have. Hippie, did you want a tarot reading or anything, or are you okay? Hasta la vista. But yeah, Hippie, did you want a tarot reading, or are you cool? You're good. You're good. Okay. Thank you very much for helping with the queue as well as Latoya. Thank you both so much. I love you both, and I love everybody here. And you all have a great evening.